Can you guys hear me? Mic check. I'm back. Come in. Come in. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, you guys. We're back in. Let's go. Let's go. It's crazy, man. Let's get back up in here. Hands up in the air. I don't know what happened, you guys. I have no idea what happened. But can you guys hear me now? It's crazy, man. Okay, everybody can hear me now? Okay, let's get our people back up in here so I can continue. I'm like on the damn roll, man. I was on a roll, on a roll, on a roll, you guys. This is so funny. And I saw people saying, oh, this is going to be a learned lesson for Stone. I'm like, what are they talking about? Hold on. All right, so listen. Okay, we're back in. We're back in. For all my people, come back, y'all. We back in. Damn. I hate that. Cheyenne, what's happening? Okay, listen. What was the last thing I said to you guys? Do you remember? Do you guys remember the last thing I said? What's up, son? Cheyenne, Malara, April, Brother Time says Stone, and God's good people stay blessed. What's happening, family? Okay, so did you guys didn't hear nothing? What's up, Carmen? Hey, chill. What did y'all hear anything I said? Because I want to know. I don't want to repeat the same thing again. Damn, y'all didn't hear nothing? All right, cool. All right, let's start back up. Here we go. I'm sorry. My apologies. Listen, so this is what I said. I was saying that hip hop, me talking about the Soul Train Music Awards, the cancellation indefinitely for the Soul Train Music Awards and the Hip Hop Awards was not good for more than one reason. And how important it is to have these award shows for the future of the younger generation and musicians that are coming in. And I said, but let's get into how hip hop started for those that might not know, and for those that know that might need a refresher of the past history. Let's get back into it. That's what I was saying. Let's get back into it. So let's go over the story of hip hop and its inceptions. Okay? So let's get into the reading. The hip-hop culture movement and musical genre emerged in the 1970s in the Bronx, New York City. It developed a response to social economic conditions in Black and Latino communities, providing a form of expression and recreation during a time of urban decline. Hip-hop is characterized by four main elements: DJing, MCing, rapping, breakdancing, and graffiti. So once again, now we see where hip hop has just exploded all over the world. Every culture claims hip hop as theirs. It doesn't matter what the culture is. It is a movement that started in the Bronx, and it wasn't even about, it was about, the rapper wasn't called a rapper. He was called the Masters of Ceremony. He was an MC. You feel what I'm saying? And so to understand hip hop, for every artist that is getting into hip hop these days as a rapper, study your history. One thing about the history of something, it's important for you to understand so you know where you're going and know how to get there. In martial arts, they teach us the history of martial arts and how it started, where it migrated from, so that we as martial artists, as we continue to train and we get our black belts, we know the history when we start teaching our students. The problem with hip hop is people stopped learning. This generation now stopped learning about real hip hop. They weren't paying attention to the teachers anymore. They weren't listening. They didn't care. People felt like being hip hop now is about being tough. You got to be a gangster to be hip hop. If I'm a rapper that raps positive, I'm a weak rapper. If you ain't sagging the pants and you ain't tatted up, you ain't no real rapper, yo. You feel what I'm saying? That really was the spirit of it, of how cats operate now. Like, yo, if you ain't sagging them pants and tattooed up and you ain't from a certain set, you know, Ninja, you ain't hip hop. What you talking about? But see, it was never about that. Hip hop was about DJing once again, MCing, rapping, and breakdancing and graffiti and art. It was a movement. It was a culture that was created with all of those things that were the foundation of hip hop. So thus the reason we see the problems we have in rap now. Notice here's rap and here's hip hop. There is a difference, you guys. There's hip hop and there's rap. People keep mixing hip hop up with modern day rap, and you can't mix those two together. You can ask anybody, any DJ, any producer, any MC, there is hip hop and there's rap. The real essence of hip hop, a lot of the OGs are bringing that back. You got Busta, you got LL with the new album. All the OGs are coming back with the new albums. Exhibit, all the peeps are coming back with new albums to keep the legacy of hip hop alive for the younger generation in the future of hip hop. Let's get into more reading, because I want people to understand how important this hip hop is. And we're going to talk about the Hip Hop Awards in Vegas. We're going to have a conversation about that, because what I noticed is when I researched this, for some reason it doesn't come up. Now, I don't know if it's because that fight that broke out in Vegas back in 1994 at the first annual Rap Awards, and I went through all my stuff trying to find the original paperwork, because I do have it, but I couldn't find it, but I know I got it. But I do have one of the awards, so I can show you by the end of the conversation. We'll get into that. We're going to end with why that happened. Okay, let's get into the early roots of hip-hop. Hip-hop's origins are tied to block parties and recreation centers of the Bronx, where DJs like DJ Kool Herc pioneered techniques like extending instrumental, break, or vinyl records, which became known as breakbeats. Now, for all of you that might be new to trying to understand hip-hop, let me explain to you what a breakbeat is. A breakbeat was when a DJ would take the record. Hold on. First of all, let me say something. Can you guys hear me? Before I go any further. Can y'all hear me? Y'all hear me good? I just want to make sure. All right, cool. I just want to make sure. Okay, Corey and Char said, okay, here we go. So break beats, for those of you that might not know, because I know some might know what hip hop is because you grew up around it, but you might not understand how the inception of rappers rapping over beats came. So they would take pieces of the records, the DJs would, and they would find loop points that were great, that didn't have anything in it, and the rappers, the MCs, would rap over it. Those are called break beats. Henceforth, the birth of hip hop. You get what I'm saying? The rise of MCs. Let's continue to read. MCs' master ceremonies began rhyming over these breakbeats, initially to hype up the crowd. You know, the master ceremonies was the one that kept the attention of the crowd. They knew how to work the crowd and keep the people pumped up. You get what I'm saying? Keep that way. They run into the bar, they drinking, they dancing, they drinking, they hype. Because the master ceremonies knew how to collaborate with that DJ live to keep it rolling. The history of hip hop, y'all. That's what we talking about. And then evolving into more sophisticated lyrical forms. So the master of ceremonies would pump up the crowd, but then eventually start doing freestyle rhymes right there on the spot in the club. The birth of hip hop. The core elements of hip hop culture in the Bronx, DJing, MCing, breakdancing is also called breaking or b-boying. Yo, y'all remember that? Hold on. Y'all remember that? Look at that pose. That's a traditional b-boy. I'm not making no jokes. That's a b-boy pose. Let me do it again. Let me get it right. This side is better. That was the b-boy pose, y'all. B-boying and graffiti art. Here it is. We'll read more. From parties to mainstream. Hip-hop initially gained popularity through live performances at parties and community events. By the late 70s, it began to enter the mainstream with releases of songs like Sugar Hill Gang's Rapper's Delight. Y'all remember that. Miss Angie Stone was a part of the Sugar Hill label. She was over there when they signed her. She became part of the writing of a lot of this stuff. For those of you that might not know, she was a part of Sugar Hill Records. They signed them to that record label. Old school and new school. The early years of hip hop up to the mid 80s are often referred to as old school. So we old school, y'all, characterized by simple beats and straightforward rhymes. The subsequent era, often called new school, saw greater musical complexity, the use of drum machines, and a wider range of lyrical styles. What does that mean? The new school ushered in a different sound of hip hop, where they were using Lin 9000s, MPCs, chopping up more musical samples from songs, and really constructing songs with more of an essence of a song structure in records at that period of time. So you see the migration of what was happening with hip hop. For all my hip hop heads, all my producers on here, all my writers on here, this is for you guys. This is for you guys. Not only that, this is for my people that are learning about the music industry and how we got from here to there. And what happened when that situation in Vegas happened with the first rap awards ever in Las Vegas. When I tell you everybody was there, everybody was there, you guys. Okay, let's get into the golden age. The period from the mid-'80s to the early 1990s is often considered the golden age of hip-hop, marked by the artistic innovation, increased diversity, and the rise of subgenres like gangster rap. Now, that's when we start to see the emergence of gangster rap was the 90s, because the West Coast started to get more involved with hip-hop. Now, if you remember, the group that Dr. Dre was in, they was more like an R&B hip-hop group. They even had the outfits and they had the makeup on. Go back. I dare you to go back and look at videos. The group that Dr. Dre was involved with, they were like, it was like more like they were really kind of copying off of African Bambaataa and some of the earlier groups in hip-hop back then, the Sugar Hill Gang. Because they had the outfits, the collars, when I was talking about the collars, Dr. Dre them had the eyeliner on. Go back and look at the videos. I'm not making this up. It was about having a show, a look. You get what I'm saying? But then the migration of the gangster rap ushered in a whole nother element in the 90s. They called it the golden age of hip-hop, the continued evolution. Hip-hop has continued to evolve in diversity, encompassing a wide range of styles, sounds, of regional variations. So what do we mean by that? Every state or every borough or every town in America had their own concept of hip-hop from their community. I know here in Vegas, I was a pivotal part of the hip-hop sound with my record label back in the 90s out here. I was producing anybody that was coming out of Vegas that was hip-hop and R&B, I was producing them. But my label had a sound. I had a sound. That's why a lot of people would come to me for production earlier in the 90s. There was, like, now you see all these people coming to Vegas trying to put Vegas on the map, but none of these people were involved in the early ages of hip-hop in Las Vegas. I was. I had one of the #1 record labels. We were selling tons of records out of Tower Records and Sam Goody's, and most of the artists under my label were hip-hop. I had one R&B artist under my label besides myself. That was my ex-wife. The rest of the artists were rappers. And I would put together these tours, and I would take my artists to Arizona. I would take my artists to California. I would take them to, LA and the Bay Area so that they could perform, so they would have an outlet to perform. I would book these shows. I would rent an RV or a tour bus. No joke. You can ask anybody that knows me. They'll say, oh, yeah, Stone was in the trenches with it. I would call the record stores all over the world. This is before with my company, before I still had a production deal with a major. But because of my contract, I was not allowed to be really putting records out according to my agreement. So I never told the company I was signed to that I had my own record label. I didn't want them to know. It was a conflict of interest. So I would sit on the phone and I would call record labels all over the world. Stores all over the world to get them to put the records of my artists in the store. Time said Dr. Dre and their brothers look alike. Gangsta New Editions, yeah, right? Hey, Brother Time, do you remember that? when they had that look and they were trying to like be an R&B, they weren't even really trying to be a rap group. It's almost like they were trying to be an R&B group at that time. So back then, I had about 4 or 5 rappers under my record label. I would sit on the phone and I would call record stores across the country to get them to put my artist music in the stores on consignment, because I believed in the hip hop that I was behind. Because the stuff that I was behind, the artists were talking about stuff, and it had a different sound. So I used to, at one time with my studio, I had over 200 clients here in Vegas. I was a part of the hip hop era in Vegas that started that movement. There was only a few people in Vegas that was part of that movement. We all know who we are. There's a guy named Stacy G. There was King J. There was my artist, Bonafide. I had an artist named D-Bug. There's a group named Murders Click, a group named 420. Those were the groups, and there's another guy from Vegas named Dizzy Wright. But the earlier groups were the ones I mentioned. Dizzy didn't come until later. The earlier groups were the ones, and then Doomsday Production. I can't forget about Eclipse and all those guys. Doomsday Production was selling tons, and Paulie Mack. We were all selling tons of records. Tons of records. And you have my boy Jael Slim with his label. But our labels were selling records out of the stores here in Vegas. Night Rider said, back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but sometimes I sit and wish I was a kid again. Night Rider, nice lyrics. I remember that song. Hey, listen, back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but sometimes I sit and wish I was a kid again. Yes, yes, we do. So understand that hip-hop was everything for this period of time. Now, the OGs are having to come back and implement their element to keep this hip-hop surgence alive because of the just tarnished lyrics and all the drama that's involved with hip-hop now. It was never about that, okay? It was never, ever about that. Let's get back into the reading. So in they credit now, this is what kind of bothers me a little bit. They credit the Soul Train Music Awards as the first hip-hop award in 1994, but that's super bullshit. And I'm going to tell you why it is. And that's nothing against Soul Train Music Awards. I have no issue with them. But there was an award show that was before the Soul Train Music Awards. Now, I don't know if the Soul Train Music Awards were the ones that put on this one in Vegas. I can't tell you because it doesn't say it on this plaque. It doesn't say Soul Train Music Awards. The one I'm going to show you. Hold on. I want you to understand that there was an award show, the first annual Rap Awards in Vegas in 1994. But as I'm looking, it's stating that the Soul Train Music Awards was the first rap award in 1994, that's not right. Unless Soul Train Music Awards was behind this one, and it didn't say Soul Train Music Awards. It didn't say it. When I look up first annual Rap Awards in Las Vegas, it says the first annual Source Awards, significant even in hip-hop history, took place in April 25th, 1994 in Paramount. That's not, that don't make sense. That can't be. Want me to tell you why I know that can't be the first? It said the first Source Award. It didn't say rap. I'm talking about the first rap award. It's saying that the Source Awards did the first rap award, which is not true. I'm going to tell you why. Do you see this? What does that say? It was January, February, March, April, May 1st. See that? May 1st. That was at the MGM Grand, you guys. May 1st at the MGM Grand. I put the sticker on the back so that I wouldn't forget it. The first annual Rap Awards. Now, Snoop Dogg has one of these. If you ever seen him in the studio, it sits in the studio. Now, there was a fight that broke out at the first annual Rap Awards. I'm going to have to call my boy EA Ski and ask him, does he remember the first annual Rap Awards, as well as I'm going to have to call Corrupt. Corrupt was there. Corrupt will remember it. Snoop was there. Nate Dogg was there. African Bambaataa was there. Everybody was there. Vivica Fox was the host. They were giving these awards out. Once again, there was a fight that broke out. There was boxes of these awards that got thrown all over the place. My instructor, my martial arts instructor, was head of security at that time. It was 25 guys that was with our martial arts school. I was there in the tuxedo. The awards people were running. I can't exactly remember. I know a fight broke out. I don't know if I just know everybody was running, right? And boxes were getting kicked all over the place. We were backstage. So by the end of the night, my instructor had a box full of awards, and he was just say, y'all want these awards? And everybody was digging in the box, just grabbing awards. I grabbed mine, and mine was this one. Now, I don't know who the Asian rapper of the year would have been, but eventually I'm going to track down this rapper, and I am going to give them this award. But at the bottom it says, Asian rapper. I don't know who that would have been. August 31st, 1994, you guys. Okay, it says that it credits the Source Awards as having the first annual Rap Awards, and that can't be right. Unless the Source Awards was involved with this. Now, on the original paperwork I have somewhere in here, it has everybody that was nominated. It didn't have the Source Awards name on it. I have to ask some people. I have to see if I can get in touch with Benzino, and I'm sure at that time Benzino was doing some stuff, and see if Benzino knows who was behind that original award show. I'll ask around. I'm going to ask Corrupt and some different people. Corrupt might know. But that was the first annual Rap Awards in Las Vegas, Nevada. And it ended up in a huge fight. Snoop was there. When I tell you everybody in hip-hop was there. And I'm thinking this is why this award show never continued. That's why it did not continue. So this is a piece of history. I seem to be lucky to be involved with, all these cool things, man, because that first annual Rap Awards was a historical moment. Even though it didn't happen again, it was the beginning of the Rap Awards, 1994. I was 24 years old. Death Row Records had pretty much just started. It was the beginning of just all that essence of Death Row and all that, right? Pac, I don't even think Pac wasn't even with Death Row at that time. That happened right here in Vegas. Please understand there are various situations that lend opportunities to greater situations for artists. We have to understand as a community how important the Hip Hop Awards is. Stuff like fights. Now, we haven't had that happen much anymore. Although that Source Awards in New York, some crazy stuff happened. And I think that one was in 1994. I think something went down there, too. I didn't get to go to that one. But Hip Hop Awards, for some reason, are always known for drama to happen. Why? I don't know. I guess when you put a whole bunch of rappers in a room, that kind of shit's going to happen. So they say. How old am I? DeWitt, I am 55 years old. Somebody asked how old I am. I think, let me look at the name. Hold on. DeWitt, hold on, I think it's DeWitt or DeWitt. Oh, Owethu. Owethu. I am 55 years old, family. I know when I talk, y'all be like, this dude make himself sound old. But yeah, I'm an older guy. I might not look it, but I am. LMB said, King, I'm from South Africa. I need a massive break and a huge change in my life. LMB, I'm going to share the Brand Artist Coalition, my distribution company I'm CEO over. I'll have the ladies share it in the comments section, LMB. And also my email. Email me, let me know what you're trying to do, and let's see what we can do to get you on track. LMB said, I promise not to disappoint. I need a break. I'm an artist. LMB, they will share the link right there at the bottom. My moderator, CC, posted the link for Brand Artist Coalition. Also, she'll post my email. Email me and let me know what you're trying to do and see what I can do to get you on track. Corey said, I'm 50, so I understand Stone. Yeah. Yeah, Cora. Sharcetta said, knowledge is power. Absolutely. Sire said something. Hold on. Sire said something. I got to read what Sire said. He said something. Hold on. Let me look at it. I don't want to miss what he said because Sire always says some deep stuff. Let's see. Sire, where you at? I'm trying to find what you said. Damn. Hold on. Hold on, Sire. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Where is it at? Auntie Mickey said, wasn't there a fight at the store? Yeah. At that one in 1994 was a fight also. Time said Warren Peace, Larry Lair, Stone, do those names ring a bell? Warren Peace. Wait a minute. I know. Wait a minute. Hold on, brother. Time. Hold on. You're naming some names that are from Vegas. DJ Larry Lair from Vegas and Warren Peace, the promoter. Brother Time, how you know them? Yo, that's crazy. Those are some good guys, man. If that's who you're talking about, those were some good guys. Jesus, rap music. Yes, sir, Jesus. Jesus or Jesus. Sire, what did you say? I'm trying to find it, brother, and I cannot find it. Oh, GP777. What's up, family? Hold on. Sire said something. I'm trying to see what Sire said. And I'm trying to find it, Sire. If you don't mind posting it again, brother, I am going crazy trying to find it. Time said Stone was there, a dude or producer or somebody named Warren Peace from. Warren Peace was a promoter. He used to promote for the labels. Him and Larry Lair was a DJ. They would get early vinyl. Warren used to work for the university, UNLV. He used to have a radio station on the weekends where he would promote and play hip hop. I miss Warren, man. And Larry Lair. I haven't seen neither one of those guys for years, but those were good guys, man. And they were good. They were good to me. They were great to me, man. Those guys were great. Also, there was a company called Record Systems here in Vegas, and they were the ones supplying most of the guys with all the records that came from the labels. What's up, Victory? Now, at that time, too, I used to work for Scotty Brother Records for Jay McJimson, so I was also promoting. I wasn't just a producer and artist and signed to a grand jury Warner Brothers. I was also promoting for record labels. I would get vinyl and I would get their new records and I would take it to the record stores or the DJ record pools if they didn't have it, or to the radio stations, and I would do all the POPs on the street. I want you guys to understand. Dolores said some of the white people didn't like because Beyonce got album of the year. They didn't like that even when she was smashing the country element. So understand, you guys, back in the day, I wasn't just a producer. I was also trained by Dre McJimson, who was an industry veteran in marketing and promotions. That's who taught me marketing and promotions. He was out of the Inland Empire. He worked for Scotty Brother Records. So he was like, listen, man, I know you're producing and you're writing, but listen, I need help in Vegas. So I can train. I was like, how can I help you? I don't know anything really about, well, I kind of did because I was running my record label. He said, I can teach you about properly promoting records so I can train you because I need a guy in Vegas and I trust you. So I ended up also being the key person for Scotty Brother Records and Profile Records and some other labels via Dre McJimson, who trained me to work under his company to do marketing and promotions and break records in Vegas. So I was learning all this extra stuff, as well as me already being a producer and a writer for Grand Jury at that time, Grand Jury Warner Brothers at that time. Time says, Stone, in 1994, I believe it was Onyx that started that fight. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Thank you for refreshing my memory at the Source Awards. I don't know who started the one in Vegas at the original Rap Awards. I don't know who started the one at this one. I don't know. I don't know who started the fight. I just know it was a crazy fight that broke out. Vivica Fox was one of the hosts. Vivica was I was hanging out backstage with Vivica. Vivica was one of the hosts, and I can't remember who else was a host. But it's weird because the fight broke out right after. I remember Snoop came off stage. Snoop had gotten his award, and right when Snoop came off the stage, I think African Bambaataa came up on stage, and then I think it might have been one person after that. Then the fight broke out. I'm sure Snoop remembers. I promise you he does. Damaged Kisses said ego broke out. Yeah. You know, listen, I I don't know. That whole thing was crazy, man. Listen, I am just happy that I was able to say that I was there because that was a historical moment that I will never forget. Time says, Stone, you're not snitching. If it's 1994, it's 2025. That's called dry. I don't know who started the fight. I just know that after, let me see, Snoop got an award, African Bambaataa got an award, somebody else, and then after that, a fight broke out. I can't even remember. I'm sure during that time, it was fresh. Corey, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Wow, thank you, Corey. I appreciate you. Thanks for sharing more on your background. You're welcome, Corey. Yeah, my history, Corey, is just, it's interesting. You know, and when I speak, it sounds more like a book. So a lot of people are like, dude, you act like, you make it sound like you're old. Damaged Kisses said, but who is the question? CC Funk wants to say, hey, Stone, back on with, yeah, brother, I'm back with the sound, man. I don't know what the hell happened. Understand, hip-hop is a fundamental part of the communications from the streets to the world. I just saw this thing when I was Googling. It's called the World Hip Hop Awards, right? And they're talking about going to Japan, going to here, but I'm showing you the influence of hip hop. Hip hop started in a small community, and now it touches the world. I can be in my car driving, pull up to a light, there's a bunch of young dudes just bumping some straight up organic hip hop or some straight dirty ass rap shit, trap shit. It has touched the world. Who would have ever imagined that hip hop was going to supersede rock music and country? Thus the reason as African Americans that are doing hip hop, learn the history, young people, learn the history, create quality music so that it lasts a lifetime and they can be telling stories about you in the future. If you're writing derogatory lyrics, ain't nobody gonna be talking about you 30 years from now, 50 years from now. There ain't nobody. They're gonna be talking about how trash it was at that time, but you won't be a focal point. If you really want to make an impact in hip hop, whether you're a producer, especially the writers and the artists I'm talking to, write about some real stories. Write about some stuff that's real, and it's not necessarily tearing a person apart. Dolores said a lot of artists look forward to the music awards every year. So what do we think is going to become a music? I'm sorry, I'm trying to, Dolores, understand that, the end part. So I understand when you're saying a lot of people look forward to that. You're right. CC Funk once said, I think awards are fixed for one person to win. That's a fact, CC Funk one. That's just the Grammys. That's why I never worry about Grammys. And Dolores, you're 100% correct. We need those awards. Listen, that's the reason I don't, Sparkle, Lady Sparkle, what's happening? That's the reason why I don't promote my music anymore too much to the Grammys. I don't submit it. I just had about 10 people that's Grammy members say, Stone, are you submitting this year? Sire said, what I was about to say about the awards getting canceled, and Beyonce won the awards for country music. Somebody didn't like that, and now they saying she should be. Exactly. Do you see my point? This is the shit I'm talking about. This that DEI shit. The reverse cycle of the DEI shit. Christopher said, Brother Sire, this shit crazy. Christopher Lamont said, hey, Mr. Paxton and friends, was wondering if you could interview Roger Lynn. Yeah, I'd have to reach out to Mr. Roger. I will reach out to him and see if I can interview him because I do have questions. I'm sure he'll take the interview. I'll reach out to him and find out. My brother, EA Ski interviewed him, but you're right. Maybe I'll reach out to him for an interview. That would be interesting. What's up, Brother Timothy? Oh, you guys, Brother Timothy, off the subject for 1 second. Brother Timothy just got his job. He's trying to raise money to get his scooter. He's trying to raise $500. So I have the link, and I meant to put it in this post. Brother Timothy, if you don't mind, put your link in this post. He's trying to raise $500 with his GoFundMe so he can get a scooter to get to work. He went from being homeless to having a job. And we love that. So we're gonna support him. Brother Timothy, post your link in here. I'm gonna donate to you too. So, like I've been doing. Now, anyway, Dolores Draper said, what do you think is going to become of music? Do you think oh shit, Dolores, damn, it's coming in so quick. I'm sorry. Let me go back to you, Dolores. Hold on. Sorry about that. Dolores said, do you think what's going to become of music? Do you think the artists will still be making a lot of yes, artists are gonna continue. The Lady Sparkle, thank you for the $5 super chat. Where's all my super chat people at? I come in here with love, y'all. Y'all better show a brother love, man. Thank you, Lady Sparkle, and those that have already donated super chats. Listen, nothing is going to stop the music. Understand. Now, the question is, how much quality music is going to come out? Well, not enough artists are putting out quality music, but believe me, there's a lot of trash, and the trash ain't gonna stop being put out. Trust and believe me when I say we will continue to get trash music. I ain't gonna stop, go nowhere, and we'll continue to get good music. That's awesome. That's awesome, family. Oh wow. Lady Sparkle. Oh wow, Lady Sparkle. Thank you for the members only. Lady Sparkle coming in here doing things today, y'all. Coming in here doing things today. I appreciate that. Members only. I got some special stuff for my members only coming up. I got some special stuff for you guys, man. Understand that some content that I will be doing will be members only. Only for my members will get that content. Personal conversations, tickets for when I get ready to hit the road. My members will get discounts, and in some cases, they will get free tickets. The Crazy Kid said, how do you feel about the UK rapper dissing Eminem? This is what I'll say, the Crazy Kid. All I can say is Eminem can handle his shit. The Crazy Kid say, how do you feel about, because listen, the Crazy Kid, no, don't delete what he's saying. He's saying, how do I feel about Eminem dissing, the UK rapper. Listen, Eminem is a force to be reckoned with. I'm just going to be honest with you. His buddy Proof was a friend of mine. The guy that got him into rapping was a friend of mine. Proof has passed away now. CC Funk once said, next year I'll put on some horns and sing. There ain't nothing wrong with that. CC Funk one. Listen, the UK rapper better be prepared. Now, he could be doing this. This could be by design. The UK rapper could just be doing this for publicity. But Eminem is smart. He ain't going to move on him. Lady Kendall Sparkle, you always crack me up when you say that, because a friend of mine says that to me all the time. Shouts out to the members, Victory said. Thank you. Brother Time said exactly what I'm about to say. Good luck to the UK rapper, because once Eminem gets a hold of him. Yes, DJ Crazy Kid, you don't have to do the post 5 times. I saw it the first time. We love that you're here, DJ Crazy Kid. Thank you. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel. All I can say, DJ Crazy Kid, your boy, he better get ready, because M ain't going to come at him at first. M going to let it go. He's going to ignore it. But if he keeps coming at him, then I just feel bad for him, because M on that lyrical stuff ain't no joke. His mind, the genius way he writes, ain't no joke. The last comments where he did get Beyonce, I'm not a fan. Oh, you're not a fan of the last comments? CC Funk? I know I saw it. I was just trying to understand. I can't remember who posted that last comment about Beyonce. CC Funk said Beyonce. Hold on. CC Funk one. You're not a fan of Beyonce, or you're not a fan of the comment? Listen, hip hop is not going anywhere. We know that. But the quality of hip hop is based on our legends keeping the essence of that alive and producers understanding how to get the right artists in the studio to continue to create that great hip hop. Oh, CC Funk once said he's not a fan of her, of Fiance, aka Beyonce, Fiance. Hey, we all have our right to feel. CC Funk, I ain't mad at you. There's certain people I don't dig too much either. Damage Kisser said, I'm not a fan of Beyonce. I don't know who knows. Hashtag fight me, not really, but whatever. Hey, her fans will come after you, Damage Kisses. You know, they don't play. Hey, let me tell you guys something. I was researching one time, right? Because I was looking at this conversation probably about 3 years ago about Beyonce. Just Owl, you can rap. I see that. Just Owl, I'm curious, whose channel do you follow? Just Owl. That's an interesting name. Interesting. Anyway, listen, y'all done throw me off of what I'm saying. Just Owl, how did you find my channel? Or I'm gonna have to block you because I'm just trying to figure out who you are. How did you find my channel? The crazy kids say, what is your favorite song? What favorite song? I don't have a favorite song. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, the crazy kid. I like everything. I'm a producer. I'm a writer. I'm an artist. Hey, CC Funk say, I don't care who come at me. I still don't like Beyonce. Hey, CC Funk. You know you got me over here cracking up, CC Funk. You and Damaged Kids is going to come together like, you remember that Wonder Twin Powers activate. Form of a, shape of a. Damaged Kids said, I don't care. Her fans can waste energy all they want coming at me. And so I ain't about that life. Hey, check this out. Bridget said, Beyonce has stolen from a lot of artists. Oops, I mean borrowed. HD. Who you, HD? My channel says who I am. Go read the biography. My biography. Why do people come in and say, who you? Who you? Who you? Who you? Who this? Who you? Go read how come people never go click on the channel biography and read about who people are? All you got to do is read a biography to give you a little bit of synopsis of who I am and what I do. Okay, listen. About 2 years ago, I was thinking about Beyonce, and I started doing research. And I ended up finding, and this is no joke, I don't know if it's still up there. Dolores said, I don't listen to the rap music today. I used to listen to 70s, and my grandson were listening, and when they play, I tell them, turn that shit down. Dolores, turn it down. CC Funk One says she puts on a cowboy hat and is instant country singer. Yeah. Why y'all delete Dolores' comment? Oh, you retracted your comment, Dolores? Why? Listen, let me get back to Beyonce. About 2 years ago, I was doing some research on Beyonce. I kid you not, maybe 3. Yeah, Tupac was a good cat, man. He was just a good cat. He was a genius, simple as that. And I was doing research, and do you know I found a church called the Church of Bay. Now, I ain't making this up. I want each and every one of you guys to Google the Church of Bay. It's a church formulated on the concept of Beyonce, and all of the followers believe in Beyonce, and they have built a religion around the name, and it's called the Church of Bay. And I was blown away when I found this. Google the Church of Bay. I ain't even making this up. I was shocked that her fans are super fans. They made up a religion behind her. Dolores said, rap music of the 70s didn't do all the cussing and acting crazy. Yeah. And Dolores, I'm sorry if I get on here sometimes and I cuss. I apologize. But, you know, sometimes I got to go in on people. Sharon said, sorry for the loss of your friend, Proof. Yes. Sharon Allison, thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a minute, but, you know, Proof was a good guy. He's the one that got Eminem into rapping. He's the one that really pushed him and showed him the game and all that. That was my buddy. Rajesh, what's up? Hey to you also, brother. Yes, I am a producer. I'm a producer, artist, writer, arranger, composer. I've worked with some really cool people in the music industry and still do to this day. Timothy said the first cassette tape I ever had was All Eyes on Me. That's the first cassette tape, dude. You come on, man. That ain't no really old school. Cassette tapes go all the way back to the early 80s. Dolores said doesn't bother her. Bridget said drill rap needs to go. Yeah, drill rap is, they need to keep drilling till they hit the real oil at the bottom, the real hip hop. Keep drilling until you get to the bottom and hit that real hip hop. CC Funk One said, check out Jane Hancock, a real singer. Yeah, Jane's good. I've heard Jane Hancock. Raj said, which DAW do you use? I use them all, Raj. Ableton, Logic, Pro Tools, you name it. Is it what it is? Chris K. Hold on. Somebody just said something because it's moving fast. Let me read. Hold on. Sorry. Is what it is. Chris K. also has a church. Yeah, it is what you're right. No, listen, I don't even think Beyonce really knew that the fans had done this, honestly, because when you look at it, these are fans that started this church. It's called the Church of Bay. So I want to say Curtis Blow. Listen, I met Curtis Blow one time, and he was so cool, man. DJ Crazy Kid said it was a typo. I meant to say bigger what, brother? I missed that. I missed that completely. I'm still asking, do me a favor. The owl never responded to a CC or Mystique, so block that person. Because since they don't want to respond to me and tell me who they are, I'm going to ask them one more time. Whoever the owl person is, how did you find my page and who are you? And if you can't answer, then you're going to get blocked completely from this channel. I'm not interested in having any owls on my page. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Anything with the name owl in it, I'm getting rid of it off of my page. So you got a chance to tell me who you are and what are you doing here, or you just got to get the hell up out of here. You ain't got to go home. You got to get the hell up out of here. The future of hip-hop, you guys. What is your thoughts of these award shows and where things are going to go in the future? It's definitely not going to stop hip-hop. That's a for sure thing. Hip-hop is not going anywhere. So I'm noticing the owl has not responded. So do me a favor, Mystique and CC, if you can find it and block that person with the last ending on their name, owl. Listen, CC Funk One, Teddy Riley turned me on to Studio One. I use that a lot too. Teddy Riley is the one that turned me on to that. Laura said, Timothy said she had a hard time paying bills and couldn't buy as much. Who, Timothy? Oh, your mom? Timothy, what are you talking about today? We talking about hip-hop, Timothy. Dolores said, so how are the artists supposed to get their due diligence since they're taking away the awards? So what's going to have to happen is you're going to love Studio 17, CC Funk. Absolutely. What's going to happen is a lot of the smaller award shows. I said it is what it is. I am with you about owls. Yeah, I can't have no owls inside of my page. Yeah, I don't know what kind of game that is and why they're up in my channel, but anything with an owl on it has to go. I'm sorry. Go change your name to something else. And when you come in here, don't come on no drama. But definitely not. Don't come in. I don't care who it is. If you got an owl on your name, I'm blocking you. Q Puppy says something that I like. Shouldn't give awards for subpar garbage music. I 100% agree. Thank you for that. Q Puppy, thank you. We needed that. That's a fact. Timothy Potts said, tell him, Stone, don't come around here hooting. Exactly. You remember that give a hoot, don't pollute? Give a hoot, don't pollute my channel. Hoot. We ain't having all that over here. DJ Crazy Kid say, Why don't you like owls? DJ Crazy Kid. It's a deeper metaphor. It's a long story. I actually do like owls. I just don't like owls on the internet. Q Puppy say thank you. Yeah, Q Puppy, thanks for that. Because really, what I was saying earlier is we have to get back to the essence of what hip hop was. And all the garbage now, we got to play cleanup. That's why I love Busta Rhymes. That's why I love LL Cool J. That's why I love all the old heads that are coming back and bringing back. Let me tell you something. I'm working on an album with CJ Mack, the legendary CJ Mack. And I will tell you this, man. I'll say it again because I haven't talked to CJ Mack in a while, but I'm going to actually call him today when I get off this live. When I tell you that CJ Mack is completely underrated, Raj, say one advice for new producers. Give me a second, Raj. I'll do that. Peter Jones, Rakim too. Oh man, thank you, Peter. Oh my God, how could I forget, brother Rakim? Rakim is the ish. But let me tell y'all something about Sir CJ Mack, and I call him Sir CJ Mack because he's so freaking incredible that y'all don't understand, man. CJ Mack did not properly get his just due, and if it takes for me having to talk about him all the time. Cherry P13 said, hey, Stone, you are a true artist. Your style is organic. Fashion is on point. Hair, shades, hair, you got it. Thank you, Cherry P13. I appreciate it. I do believe that fashion and artistry all go together. It's all one. You got to have that image, but you can't force an image. It has to be natural. Let me explain something to you guys. CJ Mack, when you hear this new album that him and I are working on, all I can say is you're going to say, what the French fry, double French fry. You're going to be like, wow. 562 Trucker said 50 Cent didn't get a Grammy for having the best new artist either, and he really should have. 50 deserves a Grammy, like just all bullshit set aside. Pit Kuna Jones, I know you're probably not meaning any harm by calling me Cuba Gooding. No, it's okay. You could have kept it there. I know Pit Kuna's not being funny. I don't look like Cuba Gooding, but his father did say when he met me that I reminded him of one of his sons. So Mpxone said, CJ Mack's new album is going to be fire. It is. CJ Mack, I did a track with CJ Mack and Ice Cube on it. Not Ice Cube, Ice-T. CJ Mack and Ice-T, incredible. Every track that he writes to it, the way he writes is like, I can't even describe it. All I can tell you, when you hear the album, you will thank me for preparing you ahead of time because the man is incredible. CJ Mack is super incredible. Dolores said, I think the Country Music Awards will not accept black artists getting awards on the Country Music Awards because they'll say that's not country. Well, Charlie Pride has been a country artist for a long time. Pecuni Jones said no diss. He wasn't trying to diss me, you guys. He was just saying, people have said that, Cuba Gooding. My buddy used to always say that. One of my friends named Mark, he called me Cuba Gooding for years. I'm like, boy, stop. Hey, but hey, he's successful. I don't mind being, named. I'm always being named after somebody, except for myself. The cost of 420 say, keep preaching, keep bringing the real back. Thank you, family. The cost, I appreciate you all the time, every time. All the time, every time. I do. I'm thankful to my people that get on here and they're not afraid to comment and say, listen, I want you to get on here and speak your truth. Don't be afraid to get on here. I'm only upset when disrespectful people come on here. But if you're coming on here speaking the truth, I'll never be mad at you. Yeah, he should have got Best New Artist. I'm never going to be mad at you guys for getting on here speaking your mind about, the subject matter, whatever I'm talking about. I'm going to always respect your opinion. That's what it's about, all of us being able to voice our opinions in here. This is how we come up with great conclusions, is to be able to speak. Their costs say, keep preaching, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I saw that one. I will keep preaching, family. Sorry. I'll keep preaching the solid essence of the organic movement of the truths. Understand this, you guys. Hip-hop is not going anywhere. It is part of a community thing. It is a cultural movement. It's an essence. It's a hey, you know what? Let's go even deeper. Hip hop is a spiritual movement. But somebody asked me a question earlier. Let me answer it. What is my advice for producers? Here's my advice for producers. My advice for producers are go outside the box. Don't limit yourself. Another thing I want to say to you, pick up an instrument. Start experimenting with real instruments. You want to be a better producer? Jump on the piano. You might not have the money to take lessons. You might not have a big piano. You might just have a keyboard. Get on YouTube, learn the, music theory. You don't need to pay for a teacher when everything you need is on YouTube. Get on a drum set. And I come from the school of music. I come from the school of the hard knocks of musicians. Okay? Everything I learned was from seasoned musicians. Pick up an instrument. This is what I'm going to say to you. You want to know how to get better as a producer? Start picking up instruments. Learn music theory. It's just only going to make you better. Marilyn Monroe said, me too. It's only going to make you better. Trust me. It's okay to loop. It's okay to grab and chop loops. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's also good to really learn about music. DJ Crazy Kid say, can you please... No, what you need to do, DJ Crazy Kid, is just go listen to my music. Nobody's going to moan. That's just a really crazy... DJ Crazy Kid, don't delete his comment. Let me say something, because I want everybody to read how stupid your comment is. DJ Crazy Kid, I want you guys to read how these idiots get on here and say stupid shit. Can you please moan real quick? I know it sounds weird, but that's how I can tell that someone's true voice sounds like. You're full of shit, you peanut-headed motherfucker, you. You get on here and act like you're solid, and you're coming in here to be cool and comment, and then you say some stupid shit like that. It sounds like something's wrong with you. And I leave the message there because I want people to read this stupid shit. It shows how you're disconnected. There's something mentally wrong with you, DJ Crazy Kid. There's something wrong with you. You need to go get checked because that shit sounds really, really suspect. You sound like something's wrong with you, young man. Yeah, that's why I didn't want the message deleted. I wanted everybody to see that message. Don Gordy said, you are 1,000,000% the truth. If the industry had your mindset, it would be great for all sides of the industry. Brother Don Gordy, I tried to, in my years, in my 43 years of being in this business, I try to only say, Jabbat Heron say it is. Is it not crazy what the dude just said? Just strange. Don Gordy said, let me read it again. Oh, sorry, Don. Don, you're right. That's the reason I try to pass on the knowledge of what I know. The Rainmaker says, Stone, what is checking in? Just checking in is an extortion tactic or forced respect. Why do rappers have to do that? I always hear about it, but I'm not in the industry, so I only know so much. He says, Stone, what is checking in? Rainmaker, man. This checking in thing is a real thing. CC Funk said 4 keys on my Yamaha DX stopped working. Man, CC Funk, I would say if you lived in Vegas, I got a guy that can repair it, but you can ship it to him too if you need me to give you the information. He repairs everybody's keyboard. This forced checking in, here's my opinion, because my older brothers used to talk about it, and they were caught up in the street. My brothers are gangbangers, and it was just it's a community thing. It's a set thing. It's a respect thing. In some communities, they feel like you got to check in. Now, I will say certain people has problems with that and certain ones don't. But it's weird. It seems like if you're a rapper, it's for real. Like you got to check in for real. It seems like it only really, because you don't hear the Rolling Stones say, yeah, Mike, hey, yeah, Mike, we got to check in, Mike. When we get to L.A., Mike, New York, Mike, we got to check in, Mike. But rappers, and you ain't never heard Will Smith say he had to check in. You ain't never heard LL say he had to check in. You ain't never heard Busta Rhymes say you got to check in. I think that comes with the territory of what you put out. Trill City TV said, right. I think if you put out a certain essence of music with a certain kind of energy that is vibrating at, then yeah, you putting out that check-in music. Think about what I just said. Okay, think about our blessings to Chris Brown, and I have to because I'm part of the circle of the team that my brother produced. Chris Brown's 11:11 album just got Grammy of the Year from the Grammy Awards, album of the year. Listen what I said. I'm gonna say it again. Bridget said check-in is extortion. Artists has their own protection. No, it ain't about no protection. That's just is what it is. If there's beefs going on with rap groups, the check-in is more like I will protect you. It's not really, it was never really like checking in. It was really more so about that artist, if they had a beef with another artist in that territory, checking in was to make sure you had protection. And were you paying for it? In some cases, maybe so. And in some cases, probably not. It was just a respect level. Now, check-in now is a different kind of check-in. So I said they have check-in music. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. If your music is check-in music, you got to check in. Think about what I'm saying. Trill City TV said check in so you don't get got for not checking in. Trill City TV. I'm going to go back on you guys because obviously nobody just listened what I just said. CC Punk say today we have dancers who make records. I'm going to say this again. There was a time where check-in was protection for rappers who had issues with other rappers. So when you went in that city, you had to check in for the people that ran the city to make sure you were protected from the people in that city that had issues with you. That was back in the day. Now the whole check-in game is different. Y'all got to see what I'm saying. If you're making check-in music, niggas, you got it. Excuse me. If you're making check-in music, ninjas, you got to check in. Think about what I'm saying. You're writing check-in music. It is what it is that people like Will, et cetera, don't check in because they have a higher level. White people all around, they are going to mess with those types. Exactly, but not just Will. I also stated Busta Rhymes. I also stated many of different rappers don't have to check in. Think about what I'm saying. I will say it one more time. If you're making check-in music, Trill City TV say it has evolved because the music is far more dangerous. Thank you, Trill TV. That's where I'm going with it. If you're making check-in music, you don't think you're going to have to check in? Think about what I'm saying. I'm writing check-in music, so I got to check in. Bridget said artists in the past did not want to come to Houston because of checking in. Once again, let me say again. Trill City TV said, Will don't make check-in music. Thank you. Y'all starting to get what I'm saying now, right? Damage Kisser said, that makes total sense. Look at the artists that have to check in. You ain't hearing Mexican artists say they got to check in. Now, if they go to Mexico where the cartel is, you're damn sure Skippy they going to have to check in. And not because they're making check-in music. In Mexico, you either write for one cartel or you write music for the other. So that's still a form of check-in music. Y'all getting where I'm going with this now? In Mexico, they have to check in. Artists, not just rappers. Artists have to check in Mexico. Because you either write for one cartel. Cartel will approach you like, I need you to write a song about me. Because the cartels love artists. And if you think I'm making this up, go do the research. They will off an artist for not writing a song for them. And if the other cartel will catch that artist driving through Mexico, they will unlife that motherfucker because they wrote a song for the other cartel against them. That's check-in music. Trill City TV, thank you, family. I appreciate you. Don Gordy said, you're 100% correct, Stone. You put our negativity, you put out the negativity, you get that back. Absolutely. Krista Lamont said, what's your take on Jay-Z's verse, Black Thought, who has the best bars? I haven't heard it, Brother Christopher. I don't want to comment on it, but I will listen to it and then give you my true opinion. I want to be fair. Jay-Z's verse, Black Thought, who has the best bars? Okay, I'm going to check it out. Then I can give you a better, my better opinion on it. because I want to be fair about it, right? Cherry 13 said, oh, it's not a joke. Did y'all even know that in Mexico they have check-in music? Did y'all even know that? I bet you y'all didn't know that. I bet you guys didn't know that. That artists have to make music for their favorite cartel. Because if the cartel likes you and they call you and you're from the Sinaloa and you live in that area, they're like, hey, S.A., hey, amigo, I need you to write a song, eh? Hey, I need a song. And for me, the head boss wants a song about him. And you write that motherfucking song and then watch what happens. That's the real check. You want to know some check-ins? Mexico is that real check-in shit. Oh, yes, it is. Yeah. And let's say you write it for the cartel from where you're at. And then you just happen to be traveling through Mexico and a sunny day, all happy and shit. And then the other cartel pull you over because they know who the artists are. Hey, write a song for us. He can't. If he write a song for them, the cartel that he wrote the song for is going to off him. The city, Trill City TV said the breaking down of bars coming back was great for hip hop this last year or so. With all that drill rap, it hasn't been the purest form of thank you. Trill City TV, thank you for that. It's what I was saying earlier. David Enriquez said, Gumby, David, come in here nice, brother, or I got to get rid of you. That's all I'm going to say. If you're new to my channel, you obviously don't know about me. So I'm going to say this. Come in here right, family. Come in here right, and you're welcome to stay here. Come in here derogatory, you the fuck up out of here. It is what it is, said, reminds me of when the Irish Italians made people had to pay rent back. Yes, they did. Yeah, they was running New York City for a long time. Trill City TV say Colombia's check-in shit too. Yes, it is. Yeah, be on that Colombian rap shit and watch what they do. Real talk. Hey, Sire said must be a full moon tonight. Sire, I know. I'm looking at the idiots that are coming in here. Real Time said, what is drill music? Why don't one of my folks on here educate Real Time what is drill music? Let my people's Real Time know what drill music is, y'all. Break it down to them. Trill City TV, let them know. Hold on, Real Time. Trill City gonna let you know. Damaged Kisses said it's Lionsgate's portal. Trill City said people like David only have to talk about the problem and drama, not the solution. Trill City, Real Time wants to know what drill music is. Break it down to him, Sire, or Real Time, or Sire, or Trill City TV. Real Time wants to know what drill music is. I'm gonna let you guys break it down to him. Damage says manifestation and good energy are key. Positivity is no longer. Manetta said break it. Trill City say people like David only love to talk about the problem and drama, not the facts. Commentator, what's going on, family? Listen, hip-hop ain't going nowhere. But I will say this. Trill City, I'm still waiting for you or Sire to break down for Real Time about Real Time wanted to know what is drill music. I'll say this again. Hip-hop is going nowhere. But the future of the lyrical content of hip-hop is in question. The last few years, the OGs have come back. The OGs have resurged. There you go. You see? There's your answer. What drill music is. The Rainmaker just broke it down. Sire just broke it down. Sire says drill rappers will murk the ops, then rap about it, then snitch on themselves on social media. There it is. Brandon said, cuz you have cooler shades than me. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, I'm going to be giving shades like this away for my members. Literally giving it away. You know, Louis Vuitton, Versace, shipping it to them. But it's going to be on random. So if, you become a member, Brandon, you happen to be here when the day that I'm going to give it away, you might get you a pair of glasses. I'm sure you got something like this. Trill City TV say drill music is the most disrespectful form of gangster rap. It's not about selling drugs. It's about doing drugs and antagonizing oppositions. Thank you guys for posting that for Real Time. Real Time said, I got it and learned something new today. I'm a baby boomer, but like to keep up with the younger gen. Real Time, me too. Well, I'm close to baby boomer. I'm 55. But Real Time, I thank you for even being in here. It's important that we bridge our OGs with the younger generation. And I want my channel to continue to be a place like you see how we had Real Time ask a question. That was a legitimate question. Real Time wanted to know, what is drill music? And today, Real Time was able to find out. If we can bridge the younger and the older generation together, that's what makes it cool, you guys. We don't have to figure out what's going on. We can already know. Commentator said, do you know NF? Is he good? Is he a good hip hop member, even if he's not from the 80s? NF. Who's NF? I don't know that. That name doesn't ring a bell right now, brother. Commentator. Who's NF? CC Funk once said, some people make throwaway music. It's hot for a minute and then never. See, these artists will never play. I understand the career of an artist should span a period of time. A career of a hip-hop artist, they should be able to go back and play Vegas. Trill City TV said drill rap music started with Chief Keef. These artists that are doing drill music will never be able to come and play Vegas residency. Just know that. Music's supposed to be really about your passion and love of creating melody and great lyrical content, then in return, being able to take care of your families. Making it in music supposed to be about being able to take care of your family and have a better life. Trill City TV said, we can give you examples of drill rappers. You may know the difference. Real Time is an OG, is a baby boomer, so I don't think Real Time knows any drill rappers, but it was a great question, and I'm glad we were able to provide that information. Understand, you guys, understand that hip-hop is a movement. Make sure you you guys, like, hit hearts so we can boost up the algorithm. Hit the hearts so we can boost the algorithm, please. Give me hearts, give me hearts. We want to boost that algorithm, you guys. CC Funk 1 said, hit records without hit careers. Now, all the people I have on this live, everybody should be hitting that hard, you guys. Come on now. Trill City TV said, Lil Durk is the most successful drill rapper. Yes, he is. Real Time. Not only did they school you, some stuff they schooled me as well. I can say. Even though I'm in the music industry, there's a few little things here and there I might be a tad bit rusty on. But predominantly, I know about most artists because I have either produced or worked with some of these artists. The Rainmaker said, Stone, you played a real guitar on Life's Frequency. Yes, it's a real guitar, family. And I plan to shoot that video. I keep saying it, but in the next couple weeks, I'm working on actually trying to figure out how I want to shoot it. If I want to do a all in studio, if I want to do a combination of in studio and then out and about. I would love to see where the future of hip hop is going to go. Now, my thoughts are it's going to have to get better. Some people will say it has to get worse before it gets better. I think it's kind of, we've already hit the bottom of the barrel with hip hop. I think we've already got to the worst parts. And let me listen to some of the stuff they're talking about. Look at some of the stuff that happens behind hip hop. So I think that we've gotten to the bottom of the barrel. Now I feel like the OGs are coming back and setting the record straight. It's on the right side of the screen. You heard what Victory said. You see the heart on the right side of the screen, you guys? Tap that. Tap, tap. Tap it, tap it. Just keep tapping it, you guys. It doesn't hurt to do that. Just keep tapping the heart. The reason being, it helps the algorithm out. If you're on this live and you hear me speaking and you like what I'm talking about, hit the heart so we can increase the algorithm. Especially if you're not giving any kind of super chats. Now, you definitely should be hitting the heart. It's just saying that you appreciate me talking. Trill City TV said, Lil Durk is in the feds. Wow, yeah, he sure is. He's in the feds. He is the richest drill rapper. King Von was the most loved drill rapper. And they both ended up unalived and dead and in jail. So hopefully the next rappers understand and it won't end well. Trill City, I hate to say it, but I don't think they've learned quite yet. Cyrus said, being unique is the thing of the past. Sounding like everyone else does not equal longevity. It doesn't. But for some reason, the idiots love the consistency of the same sound. I don't get it personally. But I will say one thing. When there's a different sound, it catches your ear. When somebody drops a sound that's different, it catches your ear. Commentator said, is hip hop still represented as black music? Well, commentator, that's what I was saying earlier. It's still us, but now it's accepted worldwide, and other communities have taken it as theirs. The Rainmaker said, I missed old lyrics like when EPMD said, putting rappers to bed straight out of the box. MCs are jumping out of shoes and socks. Man, come on, man. Listen, Lo, I got to say that again. EPMD was the shit. He said, I miss old lyrics like when EPMD said, putting rappers to bed straight out of the box. MCs are jumping out of shoes and socks. That's when they was talking about stuff. Brenda Grant. Hey, Brenda, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you today. Thank you. Thank you for jumping on and vibing with us. Trill City TV says, shout out to OGs like Clips, bringing real hip-hop back. That makes Rakim proud. Yeah, it makes me proud, too, and all the OGs. We have to take our hats off to these guys that are doing that. Damage Kisses said, lots of humans haven't learned quite yet. I'm still learning. Yeah, a lot of them don't want to learn, Damage Kisses. For some reason, they just want to keep repeating repetitive bullcrap. Riley McLaren said, is country still represented as white music? Well, Riley, so here goes the education of miscommunication. Yes, it is, but I don't know how much of the history you know of country. And country migrated from blues as well as bluegrass. And if you want me to give you the real concept of where country started, I will. But yes, it is still represented as white music. It is. It still is. Real Time Carnival's cruise lines ban rap music. Well, Real Time said Carnival Cruise Line ban rap music. I'm glad they did. I hate to even say that. I wish Carnival Cruise had said, let me get with LL or let me get with somebody positive that can help us put together a proper hip-hop show. Cyrus said Ray Vaughn is dope. Yeah, Ray Vaughn is incredible. I wish Carnival Cruises had said, let me get with the hip-hop artists. But you got to remember, corporate companies, when you say rap, they put it all in one category. Rainmaker, I heard a little bit of it. I need to go and listen to the rest. It is incredible. Real Time says learning keeps you young. Yes, it does. I love learning. See, Carnival Cruise, what you have to understand about the corporate structure, Real Time, is if you say rap, they don't take the time to find out what is good or bad rap. They just throw it all in the same category. Trill City TV says the rollout for the album the Clips did is what I want to see artists get back to doing. They was on every channel doing it. Exactly. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's how you create the excitement for albums. Riley said country migrated from Scottish Irish. No, it fucking didn't. It didn't. Riley, we can agree to disagree, but that's not the truth. I'm sorry to tell you. It didn't migrate from Irish. It didn't. I mean, forms of bluegrass did, but not country music. That shit was right in the U.S. of A. Think about this. Let me give you something to think about. In the 30s and 40s, when people weren't able to get to Ireland, how were people hearing country music? They were hearing the old slaves play on the guitars. They were entertainment for the slave masters. They would play for the slave masters. They would play bluegrass and folk music, which then turned into blues, which then migrated to rock and country. See, there was no Irish people playing no Irish bluegrass music in America during the slavery times. It was the slaves were used for entertainment. I can go bring up the facts for you if you want me to, Riley. I love great conversations. I thank you getting on here sharing this. This is how we make this content even greater. I love that Riley got on here and shared his opinion. I love it. Riley, I love it. Riley said, "Laugh not do my family." I don't know what Riley said. Did somebody delete that? Riley was saying something to me, but I didn't get to read it. Oh, they deleted it. Riley, be educated. It's okay to be a white person and not know the truth, but I suggest you to be a white person and learn the truth. You understand? They took the truth from black people and turned it into whatever they had to give us to make us what they wanted us to be. And then we had to go back and study our real truth to know who we are. So I suggest you go study the real truth as a white person so you can get on here and have a real conversation with people like me who know the truth. Now, I'm not making up anything. It's in the history. You can go study it and learn it. But all that bullshit is bullshit. Just like y'all say that Elvis Presley's the king of rock and roll. I love Elvis, but that's bullshit. Little Richard was the king of rock and roll. But you'll probably argue with me and say otherwise with that too. We can agree to disagree. I love when people can get on and we can have a serious conversation. But don't get on here and try to tell me some shit that you think I don't know that I do know. That's bullshit. Irish ain't influenced a goddamn thing. How come the people ain't following Irish's music? Irish influence their own community. They ain't influenced no black folks. They ain't influenced no rock music. They don't influence the music industry. Get out of here with that bullshit. Real time, thank you. Yeah, Riley want to get in here and paint the picture. Riley, aren't you? I mean, your forefathers have done enough with making us believe that our religion was Christianity when it wasn't. I can keep going, Riley. Your forefathers wanted us to believe that the Bible said to listen to your slaves and obey them. I can keep going, Riley. It's up to you. Or you can get online and educate yourself. I ain't trying to hear that bullshit up in here, but I appreciate and respect that you could actually come up here and say that. That's love. Thank you for doing that, Riley. I really do appreciate it. But I just appreciate if you would learn the truth. No, I beg to differ. You feel like I'm ignorant just because you want to say a nigga is ignorant. Right? That's probably what you're saying over there on the other side. That ninja ignorant. All them ninjas is ignorant. They all ignorant. No, sir, Riley, not here. If you're well educated and you would have known that of all things, you dumb piece of shit. You dumb oh, why is it about race? Why is it about race for you to say that the Irish created some shit they didn't? Tell me that. We could start there first because that's what started it. Why is it about, why do you white people always want to say when black people correct you, why is it about race? Just like y'all say, why do you black people always talk about slavery? It's over with. Fuck you, Riley. We're still dealing with the effects of that bullshit. And so when people like you get on here and try to tell us that oh, this was created by this person and you just throwing narratives out there because you want to believe in the shit, get the fuck up out of my chat room or I can block you. Motherfucker, you. Fuck you talking about. Motherfucker full of shit. Riley want to feel good in himself today, don't you? Riley, you feel good, don't you? You just had to come up in here with your bullshit to make yourself feel good. You wanted me to say agree with you. So be like, the ninja agreed with me today. I told y'all, fuck you. Virginia, hi, Virginia. Welcome to the channel. Listen, we love everybody, Virginia. We just don't like people coming in here spreading something that's not the truth. And, you know, I told Riley, go research. Said I'm uneducated. Why am I uneducated? Because I'm not agreeing with you. If I'd agree with you, you would have never even said I'm uneducated. You want black people to be uneducated. But I will tell you one thing. Even the black people that are out here making fucked up mistakes are very intelligent. They're too intelligent. That's the problem. So smart that you're dumb because you're doing dumb shit. But they're intelligent. We're all intelligent people. All of us, every race. But black people are more intelligent than what people give them credit for. Dodo said, an Irishman being on defensiveness and not being a victim for once is funny to me. Exactly. Dodo, that's what I'm saying. Shit's hilarious. The Rainmaker said, I always believed it was a social engineering to divide the old from the educated, from education. Hold on, let me go back and read that. Sorry. Rainmaker said, I always believed it was a social engineering to divide the old from educating the young. They want the young clueless because it makes them easier to control in the future. Yeah. Riley literally wanted me to just go along with it. Riley just wanted me to say yes. Then you know what I could do? You could do more damage when you get on and agree with a person when something is a lie. So it could be a young person on here trying to learn something that might be the truth. And then Stone agrees to some shit that's not true. Then what? The Rainmaker did. That was beautiful. Trill TV said, not to be mistaken from Riley from the boom. Exactly. Trill TV funny as shit. Don Gordy say, we built and invented all these things of importance, even the things you rely on. The phone, computer, even the internet was created all by Nubians, plus 1 million more. Dodo, I'm English and my grandkids are Irish and they have massive chips on their shoulders about what the English done hundreds of years ago. Still have a chip on their shoulder so they can't say shit. I know, Dodo. Dodo, here's the funny thing. Let me bring this Victory and then I'll respond to you, Dodo. Victory said, all you can learn and all are very intelligent, but we are not enough. There's not enough credit of our ancestors as well, in which they tried to erase. Now, here's the real truth. Virginia said, my mom said, if I treat anyone different because of the color of the skin, religion, etc., would trust. Oh, man, that went so fast. I didn't even get to read the rest of that. Hold on. Damn, y'all be moving up in here. Okay. Still have to chip on this. Hold on. Okay. Vicky said, trust our ancestors, which they tried to erase. Hold on. I'm looking for it. Virginia said something. I'm trying to read it. Virginia, what happened to it? Did you erase it, Virginia? Dodo said, what did he say that made it a race thing? Well, see, I didn't make it a race thing. He did, Dodo. He said the Irish created country music. I told him that's a lie. And then when I start correcting him, telling him the truth, then he said it's always a color thing. And I said, why is it that as soon as black people start either talking about what they invented or how we're suppressed, it's either black people get over it, slavery's over with. Why do you guys keep talking about it? I never mentioned race. I just said Irish didn't create that music. I said, I'll let you go do your research. He took offense to that. Only reason he took offense to it because he knows what he's saying is a lie. Because if you know the truth, you're not going to take offense to something. Trill City TV say, we criticize and hold ourselves accountable. It's all good when we do that, but when we expand the criticism to others, now it's a problem. Exactly. Dodo said, interesting. They might genuinely think they did create country music, but I think it's more like folk. Exactly, and I explained that to him too, right, Dodo? I said, go do your research. I do believe that he believes that. So I say to him, because he says he's educated, say I'm not. I said, go do your research. And then come back and have a conversation with Stone. It's like, I mean, think about what I'm saying. Let's go deeper with this. 50 years from now, that's like somebody saying that hip hop was created by an Irishman or by the British. Do you understand that this can happen? That things have been erased over and over again in the black community to erase what we have given the credits. Statues have had noses cut off because they were big and they didn't want black people to feel like that was somehow related to them when it was. Y'all got to understand. Trill TV said slavery has nothing to do with who should be credited for music. Exactly. But this is what they do, Trill TV. This is what people of that status and that concept will do. If we want to stand up for things that we feel is right, that we should have conversations about, we can never. I've watched stuff go down in offices where African Americans have been trying to explain themselves. And I've watched people say, you're raising your voice. You're scaring me. Rainmaker said he called Stone a clown. Exactly. Because I'm telling the truth. You see, they always got problems with intelligent black folks. Now, if I was a shucking and jiving ninja, oh, he would have been happy. He would have been okay with that. We're the only people that let people come in and change our heritage. The Irish don't. The Europeans don't. The Hispanics don't. The Asians don't. Black folks, we're the only ones that come in and forget our history and don't go back and research. We just believe what they have written for us. And we got to stop that shit. Wiki rooted in American folk music such as old-time Southern, many traditional African-American traditional folk songs. Thank you, sire. Thank you. Which is what I told that peanut-headed Irish motherfucker to go research. And he didn't. Dodo said it shouldn't have turned into race, though. Well, Dodo, I suggest you get off of my live and go message that person and say that. That's what I suggest. Because if you're coming into my channel, one thing you're going to learn about me, I don't play that shit up in here. And you could say it shouldn't have turned into race. That had nothing to do with me. But when it does turn into race, I talk about a lot of race issues on my channel, so get ready for it. I do, because I want to make people aware of the truth. We need to stop acting like this shit don't exist, and we do. Before 50 years from now, they'll be saying hip hop was created by white folks. I'm tired of the bullshit. If my channel's pointless, Michelle Davis, then get the fuck out. Just like your hairline is pointless. Keep it moving. Bye. You know, I want y'all to notice something. This will happen. Anytime you're talking about issues that are real, especially racism or religion, people will call it pointless. Anytime you're talking about being suppressed as a culture, people will call it pointless because they want you to shut up. If I was a white person on here talking, telling about my culture and my truth, there'd be nobody, because black people ain't going to go to channels and even hear the shit. Nobody would be saying nothing. Nobody would be saying nothing. I don't give a fuck if you don't like what I'm saying. You don't have to come here. You can keep it moving. Peanut-headed motherfuckers, you. Because the truth will come out when you hear it my channel, especially if you're coming up in here with the bullshit. Sire said, don't shoot the messenger, bro. Laughing out loud. I don't agree with that either. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, why come in here when all I'm doing is correcting somebody? But, you know, somebody going to say, this is what white people say, by the way. I'm sorry, my white folks in here, I love you. But y'all love saying, well, it shouldn't have turned into race. We all love each other. If y'all believe that shit and y'all got people around y'all using the N-word every goddamn day, say that shit to those folks. I bet y'all don't be going around saying that shit to those folks. I bet you don't say that to your coworkers. It shouldn't be about race. Y'all will let one of y'all white colleagues use the N-word and think it's a fucking funny joke. I'm just saying. Do y'all see what Dodo's doing? Now Dodo's asking me, how did the Irish guy turn country music into race? You don't listen well, Dodo. I think you should change the name Dodo and give it a better name, because maybe that name is causing you not to. And I'm not saying that you're that. I'll say it again. That person said that that music was created by Irish. I said, go do your research. Then I started talking about African-American contributions. Then that's when he said, why does it have to be about race? And I said, everything is about race. Don't act like it isn't. White people want to act like stuff ain't about race. Y'all need to stop that bullshit. You're going to get respect the day you start accepting the conversation. That's when you're going to get real conversation. When you guys can accept the same conversations you have with your white colleagues, and you can have them with black people and be honest and let black people talk and don't cut them off and say slavery is over with. Stop doing all that extra shit. And if they talk, don't say they raising their voice. See, until then, and stop asking stupid questions. How did this turn into a race thing? Oh, it shouldn't be about race. Well, it is about race with you guys. So how you going to tell me that it shouldn't be about race? I agree, but it is. And you guys never want to have a conversation. Every time there's a conversation like this, you guys redirect black people to another topic. No, I'm not, sire, but I got to set their asses straight. Oh, I'm going to give them the response. A response is they ain't never going to want to come back to this motherfucking channel again. But they love saying, how did it become about race? Motherfucker, it's about race every day. Yvette, hi. Welcome to the channel, Yvette. Chill City TV say everything is about race. Why else would they lie on who created a light bulb? Exactly. But you know, I like Dodo. Dodo seems like a great person, but some of the questions are confusing. Dodo said, I'm not trolling, so soever. I'm baffled by the subject and confused. Well, imagine how confused black people are. Thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. We're fucking confused too. Thank you, Dodo. With that said, we're confused too. We are. We've been. Well, we just have to deal with the shit. But when we can have a conversation without, and we can have a conversation that people are actually studying the truth and they're coming on here speaking the truth. I don't like people coming on here speaking a lie about something that's not true. If we can come on here and speak the truth, I have no problem with it. We praise the truth, not the lie. My channel is a channel about education, educating the truth. P said, don't come on here with that shit. We're confused. Yeah, exactly. She's talking about she confused. I said, yeah, we're confused too. Black folks, we've been confused a long time. Can you imagine how we feel? I don't believe Dodo's trolling, but Dodo says she's confused. Do you not think black people are confused? I appreciate Dodo speaking. I have nothing I love it. But do understand, how many black friends do you have, Dodo? And let me just ask that question. Dodo, how many black neighbors do you have? How many black friends you have in your life that you hang with every day? This will let me know. Oh, no worries, Dodo. I get it. You're on the other side of the pond. America politics with black and white are horrible. And I go to the UK a lot. I don't know where you're at. Where are you located? It's not freshly solid in the UK either. There's a lot of racism there, too. A lot of my records chart in the UK. I got a lot of family, a lot of friends. And my partner with my company is based out of London. And let me ask you a question, Dodo, for the sake of politics here. How many black friends do you have? One black friend, a few doors down from me, I've known for years. You need more black friends. Okay, I got friends, a friend that my partner lives in Warwickshire, England, exactly where you're at. His name is Neil Pounds, 6ix9ine Records. He's my partner that presses up all the vinyl for my UK record stores. You need more black friends, Dodo, because they're going to tell you the shit I'm saying. Honestly, they're going to have these kind of conversations. Real black people will have these conversations. They're going to talk to you because they want you to be a good friend, so they're going to give to you the real truth. LaTora said, I don't have any black friends, and I don't know any black persons. I'm from the south of the continent. Well, guess what? You have black friends here. LaTorio, we're your black friends. Welcome to the black experience. We will be your black friends, and all things black you can learn right here, baby girl. If you have any questions, ask us. We will tell you. Rainmaker said, I've lived in London for a bit as well. Dodo said, I can't make black friends if they're not in. No, I'm saying when you do have an opportunity, get some more black friends. It's just good to have. That's all I'm saying, Dodo. And trust me, and you got black friends here. We're going to be your friends forever. All I'm saying is, Dodo, there's racist people all over the world. But you got to remember, the Europeans in America came from where? Ireland and in the UK. The white Americans that are here in America migrated from the Irish in the UK, Europe in general. P said, you can't be in this conversation if you've never been around any. Stay tuned. You heard what P said. That's the real truth. You got to have black friends that have a black conversation. I got a lot of white friends. I grew up with nothing. I went to all white school. Yeah, no worries, Dodo. We got you here. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, I know, Dodo. Listen what I'm saying to you. I am on the phone with my friends from the UK 2 days a week. I have a business partner that's partners with me in my company from the UK. I go back and forth to the UK all the time. Bridget B., they know and recognize our excellence, Tessie said. Bridget said, we blacks are tired that our inventions are taken from us. Now, Dodo, you see what Bridget just said? These are black people speaking. They're not being derogatory. They're just expressing, when you said you're confused, we're confused too. Dodo, we're all of us black people are confused with all the shit we've been through. Nobody listens to us. Nobody cares that we're confused. When we say we're confused, they say, get over it. You guys are free now. Really? You're free now. Get over it. That's what they say to us. Dodo said, yeah, I get that. I didn't understand the conversation. Don't take offense. No, listen, Dodo, that's another thing y'all do. Y'all got to stop. That falls in the category of, please don't raise your voice. Stop raising your voice, Mr. Black Guy. Don't do that. Don't take offense stuff. Please don't do that. Because I am by no means offended. I'm not. So then if you're uneducated on what black Americans go through, why not listen instead of saying you're confused when we're confused too? Why say, how did this become about race? It's been about race. Terry Bell said that's not all true, and you're right. Trill City TV say, by them lying on your inventions, our kids lose out on big dreams. Exactly, in the future. Latorio say, I have some experiences with black people when I live in Dallas. good experiences most of the time, but sometimes they've been racist with me for being Latino. Latoria, I'm sorry about that, but I'm from Argentina. There is no black. I'm sorry that you had to experience that. Typically, most black people are not racist. I will say that. But you got some that are pro-black. They were raised with the pro-blackness, and that's the reason they're the way they are. From their ancestors who have taught them what has been done to their ancestors, their family. Dodo said, why do you think I'm on this channel to educate? Thank you, Dodo. Listen, I'll say this to you again. I appreciate you being here. I do, with all of my heart, because this is how we're going to curb the future of understanding each other, is we can get on here and have these kind of conversations. It's, you know, it's not, we take no offense to any of it. And because a black person might talk with excitement and just, you know, it seems that they're raising their voice, it doesn't mean they're mad. We speak with passion, and some of us speak with more passion than that. CC Funk once said, get over what attitudes? Yeah, exactly. P said, yep, that shit gets over it. Well, she ain't ever getting over it. Exactly. The Rainmaker said, I did experience that different type of interaction, English, Caucasian, than state sides. I was thinking I'd get that. I got in the States, but some of them really don't know how it is. Yeah, they really don't. I'm constantly telling my buddy from the UK stuff that he can't believe. And he's always saying, really, mate? Really, mate? Are you serious, mate? And I said, bro, really, mate? He said, really, mate? I said, I just said, yeah, bro, like for real, that happens. So even with my buddy, I'm constantly educating him. Damaged Kisser said, if anyone thinks slavery doesn't exist still, then that is a delusion. Facts. Victory said, it's because they aren't educated about the Harlem Renaissance movement. No, exactly. Natasha Love say, not angry, just passionate. Natasha, thank you. We're passionate people. Terry Bell said, but most of the problem is colorism. Black Laws Dictionary under color. Read the definition. Terry Bell, thank you for that, Terry. Terry said, but the most of the problem is colorism. Yes, it is. Even the word black. We were really brown people. We shouldn't even be called black people. The real truth. Trill City TV said, dude, Dodo, us folks take out time to show you love and educate you, but we rarely get credit for not being brute. Exactly. Rainmaker says, Stone, I'm dead. No, that's what my buddy from the UK always says. He cracks me up. Josiah said, are Italian whites the same as all whites? Let me tell you something. I love Italian people, but Italian people can be very racist. Indian people can be, I'm telling you from my experience. Now, don't get me wrong. I got some really good Italian buddies who are real big time, like I'm talking about mafioso Italian buddies, right? Who their families are real mob family, right? From the past histories. And they love the hell out of me. They love the hell out of me. But Indian people, I've had experiences with Indian people, and I've always said, well, damn, how you racist against black people when you dark as fuck? Samara Yashra said, black really means white in the Bouvier Dictionary and the Black's Laws Dictionary. Yes, and that's why somebody just said about the colorization. Go look that up in the dictionary. Exactly. CC said Stone's impersonations. Dodo, we're happy you're here. Listen, everybody, do me a favor. Welcome Dodo to the channel, because I am so happy that Dodo's here. She only has one black friend that lives some houses down. We are now Dodo's new black friends. So Dodo, welcome to Stone Paxton Music and Life Blog. Welcome to my family, my stoners. These are all my stoners, right? These are all intelligent folks up in here, and we're happy to have you. We're going to teach you about the black experience in America and all the shit we deal with. Trust me. When we get done with you, we ain't going to change the color you are, but we're going to change your soul and your spirit and your compassion. That's for sure. Samara, I am. It's in my blood. I can't even fake the funk. See, we love people at this channel, but we also love spreading the truth. What good is it to have a platform and we're spreading lies? Let's spread the truth. And you would think that I'm spreading the truth, I would get even more love. Ain't nobody giving the brother no super chats. Y'all ain't even giving hearts. Come, it's got to balance out. Hit the hearts at the bottom, y'all. Let's boost the algorithm up. Either the hearts or the super chats. Y'all playing around up in here. What I got to do? Yeah, come on, man. It don't cost nothing to hit the hearts. Y'all eyeballs are pinned on the screen. Hit that damn heart. What 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 would you know? Yo, I was born for this shit. What would you know? Say, yo, I was born for this shit. You feel what I'm saying? What would you know? Samara said, hey, Dodo. Y'all welcome Dodo. We Dodo's only black friend from America, and we love you, Dodo. We're going to rock with you. We're going to educate you on the black experience. You feel me? Cyrus said, I was researching Mauritius in Africa. Hold on, let me, damn, this is moving so quick. And this chat room is moving so quick. Hold on, I got to make it small again so I can see what's going on. Hold on. This shit is crazy, man. Hold up. Cyrus said, I was researching Mauritius in Africa. However, it is mainly Indian people there. They don't like Africans or black people too much there. Was thinking about going one day, not now. Hey, Sire, I think you should go, and I'll go with you. No bullshit. I'll go with you. Let's go. Let me tell you something. Nothing beats the experience but the experience. Let's go. Thank you for the $2 donation. Is that from, who is that from? I don't know who just donated that $2, but thank you for the $2 super chat. Sire, let's roll, me and you. Rainmaker, thank you for the $1.99 donation. Dodo, thanks for having a good, Dodo, we appreciate you, Dodo. Bridget said, yes, the Indians are racist. Some are dark. Like, exactly. Josiah said, my little brother seems a little racist. How do I help him change? Josiah, what race are you and what race is your little brother? Dodo, speak on behalf, but lots of time. Hold on, let me go back because the room is moving fast again. Y'all got a lot of damn comments, but not enough hearts. Make that make sense, y'all. Everybody up in this bullshit. Come on now, quit playing with me. Dodo again. Dodo, what is your favorite black dish? Yeah, what's your favorite black dish, Dodo? Good question. Dodo, again, I'm from vastly white areas, so oh, shit, I'm trying to read that. Ay, ay, ay. Damn. Thank you for the hearts. Finally. Come on, y'all. Finally, we can get the hearts going. Rainmaker, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I'm trying to read what Godfrey said something too. Godfrey said, Godfrey Avenge, Asenga said, Mr. Stone, I believe you're very successful in part because you look intuitive for your life. I feel like more of us black people need to do that to take more accountability for ourselves. Godfrey, 100% facts. We don't do it enough. We're scared. You know, people are scared to get online and talk the way I'm talking. Josiah, we are Italian. Josiah, it starts with your parents. Dodo said, what? Okay, y'all, we got to educate Dodo again. Dodo say, what is a black dish? Dodo say, what is a black dish? She don't know what that means. Dodo, we got you, Dodo. Ronnie Q, South Carolina in the house. We on here educating folks that ain't black, Ronnie. We showing them love. Sire said, while on the topic, can someone tell me what a black job is? Right. Yeah, educate us. What is a black job, y'all? Dodo, we're asking you, what's your favorite black dish? What that means is, what is your favorite black food? Your friend one house down. Black people love to share their food. So has your friend shared any black food? Now, is your friend African? Most people in the UK are from Jamaica or from Africa. So maybe they share with you an African dish. Have you tried any black experience food? Josiah Powell said, I think he got the racism from our Italian grand. Yeah, if it's in him naturally, Josiah, then I hate to say it, yeah. You know, unfortunately, yeah, and hopefully he can grow. I'm not going to say grow out of it because he probably won't. Dodo said jerk chicken, but I'll probably be called racist for that. Hey, Dodo, we love you, Dodo. Dodo said, that's why I said most people in the UK are Jamaicans or Africans. Dodo said, you're probably going to say I'm racist because I say, Dodo, you see what I'm saying? We just have fun here. Y'all damaged kisses say, y'all making me hungry. Dodo, that is funny as hell. Dodo said, y'all probably going to say I'm racist if I say jerk chicken. No, we're not going to say you're racist. But that shit is funny, though. That is funny as hell. P said, Dodo, greens, black eyed peas, fried chicken, potato salad, ribs, eat some chitterlings, and hog mogs. Now, P, in Dodo's defense, let me say, black folks in the UK don't cook like that. I can tell you, I go there. Unless they're from the U.S. or they've learned American ways of cooking, they don't cook like that. So in Dodo's experience, her defense, I will say she's probably not going to experience that unless she run into some black people who have moved from America to the UK, or she comes to America, or we go there. When I come to the UK, Dodo, I'm gonna meet you. When I perform, I'll let you know where I'm at, and we're gonna make you a home cooked meal, Dodo. Trill City TV say, Dodo, you need to try spaghettis from a black woman. Yo, no. Dodo, listen, the next day spaghetti in the black community is the best. You let it sit, but that next day it is, when you put that little butter in it, ooh-wee. Trill City TV say, we joke with Hispanics the same way, but they don't get offended. Exactly. Deli Cap said, are you a producer as well? Yes, I am. Deli Cap, I am. I am definitely a producer, writer, arranger. I produce and work with everybody. My channel is a music channel, but my good friend Angie Stone passed away, so I made my channel. It gave me a new ignition as to what I should be doing with my channel, not just talking about my albums, I'll go get it, but I should be using my platform to touch people in some way and share the knowledge within the community and our community. That's the reason you see me talking about various topics. But I do go in the studio. I do videos of me creating tracks and beats, because I do have endorsements from different companies, so I have to do that. Trill City say, we joke with Hispanic. Hold up, because y'all got me. I'm still cracking up what Dodo says. She say, I'll say jerk chicken, but you guys will probably think that's racist. Dodo, we like you, Dodo. Della Cap said, I'm an artist from Compton, California. Maybe we can work. Absolutely. Hey, Della Cap, I just did a track on D-Shot, E40's brother from the Click. It's called She's Off the Cuffs, featuring Domo Reigns and Keek the Sneak. I did that Mila J song featuring Battle Cat called Welcome to the West. I produced that, and the list goes on, man. Just tons of artists I've worked and produced for, but those are some recent ones. Della Cat once said, do you have an Instagram so we could talk? Yeah, my Instagram is at Stone Paxton. It's a black and white picture, and then as soon as I get off here, I'll hit you up, family. Stone Paxton, the black and white picture. Hey, Dodo, listen, Dodo, we got love for you. You have me rolling. Do me a favor, everybody in here, please. I need you to do hashtag Justice for Angie Stone. We still love my sister, Angie Stone. I call her my sister because she will always be my sister in spirit. Hashtag Justice for Angie Stone. That's not over with. We still want justice for Angie. And with that said, listen, today, man, I had so much fun with you guys, man. Dodo, you made my day. And even Riley, I almost called you Riley the racist, but I'm not going to call you that. Riley the ignorant. That was cool that Riley came in here too. Angie Stone is a very famous R&B, USA R&B soul artist. I want you to look her up. Her name is Angie Stone. She passed away, and it was crazy, Dodo. I want you to look her up. Hashtag Justice for Angie Stone. Trill City TV say, we love Dodo and all the people like you. We actually love all races. It's the energy they give us to make us defensive. Absolutely. Listen, peace and love. Thank you for the heart. Share my live, y'all. Tell your family, cousins. You know, we coming in here. We bringing love. We bringing love. Follow me on Spotify. Download the record, the single on Apple. Life's frequencies, y'all. You know it's about me raising the frequency, man. That's all I know how to do. I appreciate all of you guys today. There's too many people on here for me to say every name, but I'll just say shouts out to all of my good folks. I love you, man, and I really mean that. If today is the last day I see you, just know that Stone Paxton loves all of y'all with the highest level of frequency. I am out. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, same time, 11 o'clock. Peace.